Okay, this machine right here is giving me fits. It's a Maytag, and it goes from sense to done. It doesn't start to fill, doesn't do anything. It just, once you start it, it'll go to sense, it'll stay there a minute, and then it immediately goes to done. And I had no idea what's going on with this thing, and I think I got a hint from a viewer who said that was his bread and butter, because almost 100% of the time there is a problem with the wiring harness. But I want to retrieve the service manual out of it and try to do some tests on it. Before we do that, I know it's got a different service manual than the other. I think it just lays up in here. But anyway, I think that may be probable, because I've had this machine a few weeks now, and I was going to repair it to sell it, and the guy gave it to me because it wasn't working. And at first, I thought it was the shift actuator. So I changed the shift actuator, and lo and behold, it ran a load. And I always check more than once. So I went to run another load, and it didn't work. So I changed the shift actuator again. It hasn't worked since. So I can't figure out exactly what's going on. But I suspect, oh, there it is. I suspect there's something going on with the wiring harness, because a viewer, and you know who you are, told me in a comment that these machines, I think he said these machines, I think it was this machine, was his bread and butter, because it always seemed to be the wiring harness was broken about a foot above the connection. Alright, so this one is different. So to enter the service diagnostic mode, we must first plug it in. And let's put a drain hose in out here. Yeah, you always have to have power to make this work. Let me drop this door so I can see the light. Yeah, I dropped that door about like that. I can see these lights now in the shade. Alright, to enter service diagnostic mode, we want to rotate the cycle selector left 1, right 1, right 2, right 3, left 1, right 1. So it's kind of weird. So we go left, right, right, right. Oh, no. Left, right, right, left, right. Maybe we did it too. Let me turn it on. Left, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Yeah, we got it. So it's left, right, right, right. No, left, right, 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 left, right. And now it's flashing a diagnostic code. And let's figure out what the diagnostic code is. Frame number 1. So we get a 1. And those two. And that lid lock's not going to do it. So it's going to be F1, E, three. You add these up to and 1, E3. F1, E3. F1, is that right? F1, E3. ACU mismatch. Am I reading that right? Display method. Reading binary codes, interpretations. These are the LEDs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. On, active. Frame number. Fault error code. So this was F2. This was E5. How do you get E5 out of that? 4, 5. F2, E5. Okay, it's F2, E2. F2, E3. F2, E3. F2, E3. ACU mismatch. Non-coordinated. ACU, EU. Nah, this is crazy. So, let's go see if there's another one. Well. Anyway, I don't think we have a mismatch. It hadn't changed anything. It would be F2. E3. That's what it says. So what I got here, I need to put this in test mode. So what you want to do here is rotate it left, right, 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 left, right, and it should go into test mode. Now what I'd like to do is do the automatic test. This test automatically tests the functions of each component in machine sensor. Rotate E3 in the clockwise, this is E3, this one, clockwise direction till the LED is on, LED 2 is on, and LED 2 happens to be this one. So it's showing me error codes right now. So LED 2 is on, and then it says press the start key, and it says then, let's see, the following test will be performed in order shown below. LED 1 is on, which is the lid is unlocked, cold and hot water valves are tested. I don't know how long they test, but now oh, and we have clothes in here too. So seemed to me like it was running instead of testing. Alright, we'll turn it, start the test again. I don't think this thing is working right. It might just be taking a long time for each one. Okay, now let's see. Little hot water valves. And we should get the drain pump. And that came on. So the next test should be the lid locks, the shifter in the wash position, and then unit will run short agitation cycle. Okay, this pumps all the water out. I guess I should have taken these clothes out. Okay, the lid has locked. Shifter goes to the wash position. I hear it moving. It's not agitating very well. I heard it try to agitate. Maybe it's hung up with the tub. Alright, and that's when we get our error. Okay, what is that error message? Let's see what that error message is. So we get 1 and 3. 1, 4, 5, 6, 7. F7. F7 E1. S7E1. Tachometer missing or wrong signal. Tachometer missing or wrong signal. So that's telling me probably there is a broken wire on the shift actuator, because I changed the shift actuator on this thing. So that's probably what's going on. I hate this particular kind of machine. Come on now. That should end my... That should end the test mode. Guess we're going to have to unplug it to get out of it. So, what I'm thinking is there's a broken wire somewhere along the lines of the shift actuator. There's 6 wires going into it. Well, let's find which wire it is. Alright. You know what we can do is figure out which wire is messing up. So we have a pink a black and white, a brown, and a blue. Why don't we take our this loose, and let's find which wires. It's this one. Alright, so we're going to test this. Let me put a screw in there. And let's take our plug and let's first try the blue wire. Let's take our I don't know if this is going to be easy to do. Probably not. That's where you need some help. The blue wire is right there. Do you think I got it the first time? Well, let's try the gray wire. The gray wire. The gray wire? There is no gray wire here. Huh. Does the gray wire go through some other? Well, let's don't do the gray wire. Let's do the pink wire. Where's the pink wire go? Is there a pink wire here? Nope. There's a pink wire. Okay. I'll tell you what. Let's back that off. Okay, now it'll be hard to test that. Alright, let's do this pink wire. Pink wire goes into that hole right there. And the pink wire goes all the way to the end of that one. It's going to be very hard to do that. Maybe I can puncture. Okay, that works. The pink wire is good. The blue wire. Let's do the blue wire. Let's see if that's the blue wire we're looking for. It is. What about the gray wire? We have a gray wire here. Gray wire is good. Brown wire. Oh, where's my lead? Brown wire here. Brown wire good. Black and white wire. Black and white wire right there. Black and white wire is good. How about the black wire? Where does the black wire go? I see the black wire there. I can see one here. Huh. So we're getting continuity on everything. So that's not a problem. Let's try water pump wires. So the water pump wire happens to be blue. Come on. Golly, that one stuck on there. That's black and white also, and blue. Black and white here, and black and white, black and white. Goes to this one. It works. And that one is blue. It goes to that blue one also. Nope. Nope. So, geez, all of our wires have continuity. I guess we have a bad shift actuator. How many shift actuators do I have to change? Looking at this wheel right here, make sure there's nothing trash or anything on it. I like the machines that you can test every part individually. I guess you can do it on this one also, but sometimes these things will give you fits, like this one is doing me right now. I'm going to put a new shift actuator on it. Oh, I think that's one. Let's see. It is brand new shift actuator. Alright, so when you're putting this on, make sure this piece goes into this and our switch seems to work okay. Make sure this fits into that slot. Make sure these two fit over the top of this, and just kind of wiggle it until it goes into place, just like so. And then put your two screws back in. They're always green. And now, if it doesn't work this time, it's probably going to be the control board. We check the continuity on every one of those wires from here all the way up to the control board. The only ones we didn't check is for the motor. And we go through there. We can check that. Let's check that while we're checking. So going up to the control board is an orange, a red, and a black and white. Of course we have a ground. Orange, red, black, and white. So let's do the orange and the red. So we'll do the orange first. Probably this one. And it's good. And let's do the red one. And it's good. And now the black and white would be coming from the motor. I plug that in. I guess it goes through the. Let's do black and white here. That's going to be hard to do, isn't it? Black and white. This one. And it works. Red. Let's do red. And that goes through the capacitor, so I don't know if we're going to get a signal or not. We do. And the yellow, I don't think the yellow goes all the way up. The yellow's going to go to the orange. Well, let's try orange. That works. And the next one is just ground. So we got all our wiring hooked back up. Let's hook our motor back up. It's down here. Alright. Now that's brand new. We check all our wires. So if it doesn't run this time, we'll know that there's something going on with that control board. Now let's hook all that back up. Alright. We got our console fit back on there. We're going to turn it up before we put the console on. Got our ground wire back on. Let's turn this rascal up. Got everything off of there, yep. Now, let's put our console back on there. Make sure everything is hooked the way it's supposed to be. The ground is on there. Water valves are there. Lid switch. And our console. Well, we got an extra plug on that rascal. There's no extra plug on here. Okay. Yeah, we got it everywhere. I'm just being awful thorough because this thing has driven me crazy. Alright, so we got a new, our test said that our shift actuator, actually it said that our tachometer wasn't working right, which is part of the shift actuator. So now, let's hook this rascal back up. And I tell you what, instead of going through all the tests again, I'm just going to try to run a load of clothes in it, and we'll see if that works. And if it doesn't, then we'll know that this control board is our problem. And that's probably cost more than I can get out of the machine. I can maybe sell it for more than the control board. However, there's just not enough meat on the bone to be profitable. So this machine, if it's a control board, it'll probably get parted out. You know, I should turn the water on, or I'll think something else is wrong with it. We'll go ahead and plug it in, and let's put us a load of clothes in there. You know, it's always something. When I first started doing this with Mr. Harper, of course he didn't know much about these machines. They were pretty much a mystery to him. He was an old school type guy, and there was less and less old school machines. So he would bring them to friends of his. He'd load them up, bring them to friends of his in Alexandria, and have them fix them, and then he put a little premium on it, and he'd make money that way. Then when I came along, I said, no, we need to be able to fix all of them. So I had to learn about these things. That should start it. Lid seems to lock. We'll come back, see if it does a load of clothes. And I think the problem before was it would, we'll know right away that we have the same problem, because it would lock, sit there, and then go to done. And if that happens, it's going to be the control board. Locked. It's moving the clothes. Moving the tub. I think that's more than it's done before. I don't know, I've had to put it aside. Let's hope this works. Is it going to fill or is it just going to go to done? Hey, it's filling. Perhaps it was the shift actuator. I thought I had a good one there. Well, if it runs a load of clothes, if it runs 5 loads of clothes, we got it fixed. And I'll sell it. Alright, I'll get back to you. So here we are. Rinse and spin, final spin. It's the 5th load of clothes I've put through this machine. Now, when I got this machine, I originally diagnosed it. I figured it was the when I first got this machine, I diagnosed it and I thought it was going to be the shift actuator. And I've got a bunch of shift actuators, and I put these two, I know, on it, and they didn't work. And I thought I took those off of good machines. And I put another one on there, and I think I already threw it away, and it didn't work. So I thought it was going to be in the wiring harness, and so we tested the wiring harness, and I was just convinced it had something to do with the shift actuator. So I put a brand new shift actuator on it, and it works. Now, what are the chances of 3 of the shift actuators that I take off of machines in the boneyard here are bad? I would say it was an astronomical chance, but it was, and that's the kind of stuff I run into every now and then, which is very frustrating. But anyway, the man gave me this machine, and we fixed it now, so we have another one that we can sell. And let's see, sure enough, it washed and it spun the clothes dry. So we have a good machine. This is 5 times we've ran close to here because I am gun shy of this rascal, and I don't want it to come back to me when I sell it. So we call this one fixed, so I can say fixed another one. Give me a thumbs up, and Chip is out.